No rest for the wicked. Happy Monday, everyone. We are back to work after my little cruise trip. Straight back into a busy week. Poppy's been catching me up on admin all morning. We've achieved a lot this morning.
Yeah, we have.
We
Car's
have.
still full up though.
Huh?
The car's still full.
The car's still full though. Yeah, I still haven't unpacked the car from being away or any of my bags. But work-wise, we've got a lot done. And then Ebony is coming over to do some major editing catch-up this afternoon. And then Poppy and I have a very exciting day tomorrow, but you'll have to wait and see what we're up to. You excited, Coco?
We are.
Coco, you excited? You go, whoop, whoop.
We're going to go celebrity spotting.
Celebrity spotting. Oh no, I'm bringing the wrong person. So it hasn't been the best first day back in the world, especially considering I wasn't supposed to be working today. But yeah, it's just been really, really busy, and I did have a break for dinner, but I'm still working at 11 p.m. And that's not really one of how we starts we mean to go on, but we don't want to do that. As you can tell, I'm tired. I have a very exciting day tomorrow, which I'm not ready for in the slightest. But I have got the base of content done for this week, thankfully. Sorry. Just between a bit of drama and catch up necessary, it took a lot longer to get the things that I wanted to get done today done. And then because we've got a busy day out tomorrow, which I'm so excited for, it just meant that we're not editing again till Wednesday, so a lot more had to be done today than I kind of pinpointed. But yes, tomorrow's very exciting. I am going on the Eddie Nestor show on BBC Radio London. He's going to interview me. He saw my curb cut video, and yeah, I don't know much more about that, so I'm a little bit nervous because I'm not the best at talking about myself. I know that seems weird watching this video, but I'm not the best at answering questions about myself, should I say. And I feel like despite doing radio for years at uni and being quite good at it, I'm going to have lost any kind of skill there. But we'll see. It's very exciting. And it's helping tick new thing off my 30 for 30 list, because I've never been a guest on a professional radio show before. And another new thing we're ticking off the 30 for 30 list. My good friend Katie, I'll link all her stuff in the description, has a series on Instagram called West End on Wheels, where basically she goes into West End theatres and productions and does adapts one of their dances for wheelchair users. So I'm doing that with her tomorrow. We're doing it to Brigadoon, which is a musical I've not heard of before. But what's even more exciting, to me at least, is that we're doing it at the Regent's Park Open Air Theatre, which is just pretty ridiculously cool. We're just keeping fingers crossed that the weather isn't bad. But I'm very much looking forward to that. It's, again, going to be something very exciting, very new, very different. So yeah, it will be a good day, but I need to sort my hair out and go to bed because it's very late and I have to get up relatively early to put a face on and get out. So let's go.
Finally, for goodness sake, finally, Jenny joins me in the studio. How are you, Jen?
Yeah, I'm not too bad, thank you, Eddie. The hardest thing for me, of course, there are aspects of my disability that are difficult, but it's actually the attitudes and the inaccessibility within society that make it worse. And that's why I work so hard to try and change people's attitudes on that.
You're not a burden.
No, that's the thing. Like, disability advocacy shouldn't be, oh, disabled people are great because they give non-disabled people stuff. Like, that shouldn't be the thought process. But if that's the thought process that helps people look to the next step and look further and say, oh, disabled people can do cool stuff. Oh, well, it's just normal to be disabled. It's just another part of human diversity.
I tell you, so actually part of it is not just making the mistake, it's how we deal with it, like how we fix it.
And a lot of the times, especially in the work that I do, especially around speaking, because I speak to businesses all the time, and it's like, if you have that disabled person in the planning stages...
At the table,
then you wouldn't have to do all the things that, you know, yes, she should get her money back, she should get extra things, of course, but it shouldn't have taken her having that experience to have got to that level.
I agree.
So I
live in a world where people double down on this stuff. I live in a world where people go, it isn't my fault, it's your fault. They gaslight you. They tell you it didn't happen. They tell you if you had done this, probably whatever. And I need to, even though I accept and I agree that it should never have happened, I have to give props to Tottenham Hotspur.
Of course.
They came and they fronted up and they fixed it.
Taking accountability is always going to be better than trying to hide it, because there's been so many situations in my career, in my life, where those people haven't taken accountability because they've been scared of saying, we got it wrong, we're learning, like, help us learn. And I think that's the thing as well. Disabled people often get asked to help other people learn and then not supported in their business, in their expertise, and those aren't taken as valuable. And we really need to change how that's viewed as well, to see those skills and those necessary ideas as valuable and bringing something to the table.
How do we work together? How do we do this? What's it that you're trying to do by your post?
I'm just trying to help people make those mistakes and unlearn those mistakes. Because as you say, like, I'm still learning. We're all learning together, and I want more people to want to learn more about disability and to not be scared of it and have it as something that's a bit taboo, and they don't want to invite in a problem, as it were.
You're talking about employment now.
Employment, just in general, in schools, in education, like, people are so scared of saying the wrong thing. But the younger we start teaching people about disability, about diversity in general, we're going to improve things.
But, you know, we're living in a world where diversity and inclusion is seen like a pejorative. And I had the lady who wrote The Boy Who Trained a Dragon, and she was there. And I asked about, because he had he was disabled. I think he had what we used to call in old language, although it may not be politically correct. He had what we called a club foot, right, in the boy. And
that's a medical diagnosis.
Thank you. We're going to find someone that goes, and I was like, that. We talked about that, me and my boys, and then there was house, and then what about, just before we end it, representation? Are you seeing more different people?
Look, it's getting better. It's getting better slowly, but it still needs more. It's such a tiny percent of people that we see on screen, even on social media, that have a disability that's a visible disability, and it needs to be more. And it needs to be more than just a tick box exercise. It needs to be people in the background. It needs to be just normal life, like, but with a disability. And the more normal we make it, the more inclusion that we're going to have.
Well, I hope that we've started something. I hope you'll come back, you and Poppy. I really appreciate the fact that, you know, as I was doom scrolling, it made me stop. It made me think, and it taught me something. And hopefully by having you all here, that we've been able to do that.
Fab, I've taken tons.
If there's something that's happening we can help with, let us know, as I say.
Where's Poppy gone? Oh, she's taking her little BBC selfie. That was so good. That was so much fun. It was lovely being back on the radio. I did just slip back into it. I thought it would happen. And yeah, Eddie is amazing. Like, difficult, like, challenged me. But I loved that. And yeah, we'll go back. They've said if we want to go back, we can go back. So hopefully that won't be the last of us. But yeah, really good. I've missed the drop curb now. I can't.
Where's the curb
I can't walk and talk at once. Yeah, we were talking about curb cuts and I've missed it. Right, now we're off for our second exciting adventure of the day.
Food first though.
Food first, yeah. Food rest.
That's another thing. We come to London, never eat.
We never eat when we're in London, so we'll have a jaunt down Oxford Street and a drink. It's stopped raining now, and then we'll
Hours to kill.
then we'll do a change and head to Regent's Park.
It's not for me. It's for my daughter, but she's gonna be very happy about this.
I should not be allowed.
Dizzy.
I should not be allowed on Oxford Street because I will go to the Disney store. I've wanted this jumper for ages, in absolute fairness, for when we go see Hercules, so I think it's fine. We have been to Popmart, got some lunch at Leon, Labubu secured. We went to the Disney store. I got my mega Hercules jumper and a couple of pins.
No frozen stuff though.
There was no frozen stuff. We wanted to get Esme a little something, but no frozen stuff that was any good anyway.
Very disappointing.
And then we popped into Selfridges, looked at all the expensive beauty things and the food hall, and now we're on our way back to the car.
We looked at £9,000 Tiffany ring.
We did go past the £9,000 Tiffany ring very quickly, I might add, because I do not expect that much. But yeah, going back to the car and on our way to Regent's Park. I'm going. She wants to get me run over, I swear.
No,
That's when I was in my power chair. What I can't do is self-propel in and film at the same time.
No, I've had that problem also.
I can try.
Right, okay.
So we met my friend Katie, who has a brilliant series over on Instagram called West End on Wheels. I'll put all the information so you can see the final performance video in the description. But this was us at the open air Regent's Park Theatre, and we were learning a dance from the fabulous show Brigadoon. This was with the dance captain doing the rehearsal, and later we did a dance with the full cast, which was so beautiful and amazing to be a part of. And another thing ticked off my 30 for 30 lists. I never thought I would be on a West End stage as part of this, but here we are.
Arms round and up, if that's nice. Yeah, the round, and then they both come up to their shunt. The shunt under.
Yes. Yeah. Open up there, bring it under. Then the second one is the same kind of position where this one's behind you.
Yeah.
Over. Then where else we go?
Excellent. Where is the head?
The hardest bit of this was working out when to take the brakes on and off.
Great.
And then, of course, we had the classic Regent's Park Open Air Theatre experience of it starting to rain on us, and it was so interesting to see how they deal with this. And yeah, we had a little break, and it was literally just a squeegee mop with a towel on the end to dry things off. Luckily for our performance, it was all fine, but we got a bit damp in rehearsals. And here is that squeegee brush and towel in question.
If you have to do it during tonight's show, I'll clap.
Oh, you're both watching tonight.
I'm watching tonight.
Are you?
You got pizza. Take a break and not do any steps.
Bobby's been driving for like half an hour and the car's telling her to do some steps.
My watch.
The watch, the car's not spending.
The car's not. I've done 12,000 today. I don't need to do any more steps.
Done a lot of walking. We had the most incredible time at Regent's Park Open Air Theatre, and with the cast of Brigadoon. They were all lovely. Dance was cool.
I didn't fall over.
Poppy didn't fall off the stage or anything. Neither did I. There was one take where I didn't put my brakes on for a certain bit and I thought I was going over the edge.
We have that on film.
Oh, fantastic. But we had the absolute best time. I'm so grateful that Katie let me take part in her West End on Wheels series. Do make sure that you check it out because it was the most fun. So, one thing ticked off the 30 for 30 list, being a guest on a professional radio show. 2 things ticked off the list, performing on a stage I've never performed on before because, you know, we've just done a dance on the open air theatre in Regent's Park. I figured maybe we'd tick a 3rd off this week just for fun. Because I've got some very last minute news that I've only got this afternoon this evening myself, but that I'm extremely excited about because it's one of the big hitters on the 30 for 30 list.
I actually removed it.
So Poppy was updating the 30 for 30 list yesterday.
And we're never going to do that. I removed it.
Because we just thought it wasn't going to happen for us. And then my lovely friend Lauren has invited me to a premiere tomorrow.
She just ain't got a dress.
I haven't got a dress. This is the problem. But I'm so excited. I'm going to see Downton Abbey. Have I ever seen Downton Abbey before? No, but I'm going to make sure that I watch as much as I can between today and tomorrow. And it's such an institution of a show. I can't wait. I'm so excited. The premiere has been on my mood board all year, but it was one of the hard things to actually make happen, and it's gonna happen. We're gonna do a red carpet, guys. I can't believe it. I don't know if you can believe it, but yes, now I have to find a nice dress
In less than 24 hours.
in less than 24 hours, and I'll be turning around and coming back to London tomorrow. Did I mention I'm also going to London on Sunday with my mum to the theatre? Busy week. I may be a little bit broken by the end of it, but boy,
Check back on Friday.
yeah. But boy, are we, honestly, the last 3 weeks, 4 weeks have just been ridiculous.
6 weeks, because the thing went viral at July.
Well, yeah, the video going viral, the cruise, this, I'm not speechless very often.
No, she isn't.
Right, yeah, get home and rest because I am shattered already. Morning, friends. This is the face of someone going to a premiere tonight. It's nearly 11. Ebbs is about to start work, but I've just been on the phone to Poppy for an hour because she's doing some extra admin for me because I'm so behind. And then, brain. Coco's comfy. I need to be more Coco today. I need to be more chill. So I was so exhausted last night. I kind of made myself a cup of tea and sat downstairs with Coco for a bit, and then I was asleep by 10:30. I was shattered, but that did mean that I woke up at 7:30. So I've kind of been a little ball of stress since then because I have nothing to wear. I don't know how I'm going to do my hair and my makeup. And Emily's coming to work, and there's stuff that I need to do with her. So these first couple of hours this morning, she and I are going to crack on with editing crew stuff. It also doesn't help that Ian's in Manchester. So I didn't see him when I got home last night because he wasn't back until after I'd fallen asleep, and then he left very, very early this morning, so I didn't even see him this morning, and he's gone until tomorrow night. So it doesn't help that I'm trying to look after myself and this one. And that I'm going to have to drive myself, which again is not a regular occurrence. And also I forgot to tell you that the hoist in my car broke. It just snapped, which was fantastic. Literally while I was getting my wheelchair out of the car for the cruise. So I haven't been able to get that fixed. So I'm going to have to take my manual wheelchair so I can get out of the car myself. I'm going to keep my power chair in there in case my friend Lauren can meet me where I'm parked so that she can get it out, my power chair out for me. But it's all a bit chaotic. But yes, editing videos, well, admin has already been done this morning, but editing videos is the first job of the day. Poppy's helped me sort my mind out so I have more of a plan for today. I've had breakfast and meds. She's had breakfast and meds. So yeah, it'll all be fine. And do as I say, not as I do when it comes to pacing, because this week it's gone out the window. Oh, that was a success. So I've just been to Lakeside. Huge shout out to the girls in Quiz at Lakeside, because they were an absolute dream at helping me find something to wear so last minute. I managed to get a dress, shoes, a headband and earrings for less than £75 in there, so I was very impressed with myself. I forgot to put my control underwear in my bag, so I grabbed some more at Primark. I needed it anyway, and then got some tights and other things that I'd forgotten, and I've just grabbed some food in M&S, and we're ready to get on our way to the premiere. I'm about to leave Lakeside and go to my car park just off Leicester Square. I'm going to somehow get changed in the car, haven't figured that bit out yet, and then I'm going to head to Leicester Square for the premiere. Very exciting.
Oh, hello, we all are. I am live. We're going to have a few pictures together. Logo.
Whee! Oh! Which way am I going? My first red carpet! Lauren's like, I've done these all the time.
It was raining.
It was wet. Yeah, but we actually got to walk the carpet not in the rain, so, you know, we might not have done that.
You just look fine, I look like a saint.
No, you do not. Shush. Have we come to the wrong... Are we too low?
Settings.
Yeah.
I've tried my best.
Look, you got something, so...
I tried to get some B-roll for you.
Thank you, thank you. I've just got home. I'll talk to you more in the morning because I am shattered. But it was such a lovely evening. The film is just it's charming, it's funny, it's just a beautiful way to end a very British institution. It was, sorry, this is Coco's tail. You're very happy that I'm home. Yeah. Oh, thank you, baby. I'll talk to you more about it tomorrow, but it was such a lovely evening. But I'm very tired. So I'll give my girlie a cuddle and then it's time for bed. That's about how it feels this morning, isn't it, Bubba? We are tired. We are very tired. It's tipping it down with rain. This one had me up early. She was only scratching, but the sound in her crate made the same sound as if she was seizing. Thankfully she wasn't, but it meant we were up early, weren't we, baby girl? Yes, we were up early. And I tried to get back to sleep, but then she needed to go out for a wee. So then I came back downstairs, and we ended up falling asleep on the sofa. I got woken up occasionally by you giving me kisses. And yeah, I am absolutely shattered. Absolutely shattered. I've got so much that I've not done because I've been doing so much this week that really need to be done. And somehow it's got to 12 o'clock and I haven't done any of it because I'm just exhausted. And I do need to rest. Stop yawning, pup, you're not helping. But yeah, I need to rest, so I'm trying to listen to my body and focus on the fact that we have our first community Chronically Jenni Presents talk tonight, which is how to be disabled. So I do have to prep for that. But apart from that, I'm letting everything go a little bit. If it goes out a day later than I thought it was going to, the world won't end. but I am tired. I'm very tired. So yeah, I need to rest. Sorry if the rain is really loud. Summer is officially over. But yeah, the premiere last night, it was incredible. The worst bit was as I got into London, it started to really rain. So my car park was underground. So I was fine. So I changed in the car and then got out ready to go, and it was still just absolutely hammering it down. And I couldn't, because my hoist's broken, I could only use my manual chair, which meant that I couldn't hold, not that I can do all three things at once in my power chair, but I couldn't hold my umbrella and hold my phone to see where I was supposed to be going and wheel myself at the same time. And then it was getting slippier and slippier to push myself. Somehow I made it to meet Lauren at Fortnum & Mason in Piccadilly. I was like, if I just pick a point on the route that's kind of midway, then we'll find each other. So yeah, I did that. And then thankfully it stopped raining, because there was one point Lauren was holding my umbrella over me and her umbrella over her, but I was wheeling a bit too fast for her, but I couldn't slow down because it was wet. And my lap got rather wet even with my coat on. But it was fine. By the time we got to Leicester Square and the red carpet, it had all dried up. So yeah, we got to walk down the red carpet. And have some photos and things and see all the stars being interviewed and all the press and the fans that had turned up. And basically for this one, so this one was at Odeon in Leicester Square, and like all the really, really important people, people with millions of followers and the cast and the stars of the show, they all got to go in one Odeon cinema. And then we got to go in the Odeon Lux Cinema, which is still in Leicester Square, but just around the corner. So you kind of finished the carpet and then like went back into the street and then to go into the cinema, which was cool. So it meant we weren't in the room with the cast and things, but it was still lovely. And they were showing the rest of the red carpet on the screen when we got in there. And then... yeah, we got to our seats and we got to watch the film. The producers, some of the producers came in and said a little hello and joked because we were the ones getting to see the film actually first, like 10 minutes before the other showing in the main arena. And they had burgundy tickets, but we had gold tickets, so, you know. But we got... a free drink, and then when you're at your seat, there was a can of water, some mixed sweet and salty popcorn, and some Downton Abbey crisps, Tyrrell's crisps, which was really cool. And they were really nice seats and they reclined and everything, so that was cool. And then we watched the film, which was lovely. Now, as I say, I admit I've never seen Downton before, but obviously, like, I know about it. It's such a British institution, and you didn't need to have watched the previous ones. Don't get me wrong, there was a couple of bits that we asked Lauren's friend for context of afterwards, but it didn't matter. We absolutely loved it anyway. It's such a charming, funny, wholesome film, and it felt like a beautiful way to end this kind of British institution, even as a new fan, which is what I am, because I've been inspired to go back and watch it. So when I get a chance to rest over the weekend, I think I'm gonna watch the series and the films, because, you know, and I know about Maggie Smith's role in it, and I'd love to see her in action in it. So yeah, I'm actually really looking forward to starting a new show, even though it's an old show. But yeah, let me know if you go and see it and what you think, and if you have any questions about going to a premiere. But that now means that we are up to 17 things ticked off the 30 for 30 list, because this week we ticked off being a guest on a professional radio show. We ticked off performing on a West End stage. Like, did I think that was going to happen? Absolutely not. And we've ticked off going to a film premiere, which is one of the big ones that we really desperately wanted to do. So it's absolutely amazing. So yeah, we're at 17. I've got up to 21 like booked either this month or in the next couple of months. So I've got 9 more to try and squeeze in before December, outside of what I'm already doing. And I mean, if I keep having weeks like this, not that I want to, because I am shattered. You don't want to know what my pace points were yesterday. But yeah, we got to keep this up and finish. And if you can think of any cool new things, potentially that take slightly less energy, that I can do before the end of the year, that would be incredible. Great. I'm gonna get some more rest, and then Beth's coming round just for a cuppa, not for work, and then I will start work proper this evening. One question that I get asked an awful lot is, when is the right time to start using a mobility aid? And the first thing I say to people is that it's not normal to like think you might need a mobility aid. Like, people who aren't chronically ill or disabled don't go around thinking, oh, like a walking stick would be really helpful right now, or oh, a mobility scooter would be really helpful right now. So if you're thinking about needing one, then that's probably the right time to start using it. I think a lot of people think that a medical professional is going to tell you, okay, now you need a wheelchair. And obviously for people with certain conditions or certain disabilities, that might be the case, but it's quite rare, because they're going to want to like not push you away from using mobility aids, but like walking is always the epitome. And I was watching a TV show tonight, a Netflix show called Critical, and it's a hospital thing, and lots of people were having traumatic injuries causing them to become disabled, and it was always like, oh well, I'll walk again. It was always the like pinnacle of success, and I was sat there like, who needs it? Like, it's much easier and more comfortable and more supportive to use the aids you need. So if you think you might need one, it's probably time to start using one. And that can look like different things. For example, the mobility scooter that you see on the end there, I was using that at university. It was a day when I literally could not do anything else. I could not walk. And that was in the early days when I was walking more than I was not walking. And the university like hired them out to disabled students to use them when they need them. It was a free service. But it might look like using a mobility scooter or an aid that's provided in a shopping centre or a supermarket. That might be the first step into trying and seeing if it's helpful. Like I was saying with hacks, a lot of these things are trial and error. And as you can see, like the wheelchair in the middle, that was not the right thing. That wheelchair made me believe that I couldn't use a manual wheelchair, and I'm flying around in my new custom manual wheelchair. So it's different. Even if it's the same aid, they can be different. Friends, I am shattered, but that was a really good Chronically Jenni Presents talk. And I hope that anyone who came found it really helpful. You know, I could speak about the things that I speak about in the disability, like, you know, hacks, aids, finding pride. Like, I could just keep speaking about it. Like, I knew I was going over, and I was rushing through, but there's kind of no way to fit as much content in as I want to. So I will try and do more focused talks in the future, I think. But no, I think that went well. I made it through the evening. I only got a little bit grumpy at Ian earlier. Poppy's famous. Everyone wants Poppy. Yeah. Poppy's sitting on the stairs. Like, I don't know what. She kept coughing. She was watching the dog. She was answering not answering all the questions, but
my laptop ran out of battery. And there's only one plug in the office that reaches the bed, and you was using it. And I didn't want to faff around.
We've had a good evening, but I'm very tired now. We've got a touch more work to do, but then I'm very much looking forward to bed and rest for the next couple of days, because I am wiped. I'm absolutely shattered, friends. today, Friday, was meant to be my day off. And I've been at work since 10:30, and it is 7 p.m. and I'm not finished. I've never taken a holiday again. And it wasn't even a holiday, it was a working holiday, which makes it even worse. But obviously, yeah, we've just had a lot going on this week, and being out of the office for 2 days never helps. And I even had Poppy working extra admin so that we could catch up. But yeah, I've had so much to do today. And that's only caught me up for today. And I'm trying to upload a YouTube video. The first cruise vlog. And it says it's going to take nearly 3 hours to upload. I'm just like, I really just wanted to get it out today. But oh well. We've ticked off the vast majority of things on our list. The little bits and pieces can wait. But I'm going to have my dinner and then I'm going to have a rest because I am completely and utterly exhausted. Huh? No, you're alright. Just vlogging. Sorry I didn't get around to actually speaking to you over the weekend. Saturday I was exhausted but busy doing stuff at home. And then yesterday I took my mum to go and see Great Gatsby, the musical, at the London Coliseum for its final show. We were supposed to go, it was for my mum's birthday, which is much earlier in August, and we were supposed to go in August, but then I ended up on the cruise, so I had to rearrange it, and we decided to rearrange it for the last performance. And I've never been to a last performance before, but the atmosphere was just something else. I mean, the show was incredibly brilliant. I feel such a shame that you can't all go and see it, because it's an incredible show. It's visually absolutely stunning. The way they work with set and projection is mind-blowing, and the costumes are incredible. And then the cast, I mean, I don't think you could get like much more talent packed into a cast. Jamie Moscato as Jay Gatsby, like, I've seen him in Heathers before, but I never realised how incredible his voice is, and it's just effortless. There's a song in Act 2, I'm just checking my programme to see what it's called, but the audience, like, were all giving him a standing ovation for a good few minutes after just this one song. I don't know what it was called. Either Go or Made to Last. I'll have to have a listen. But it was phenomenal. And then Daisy Buchanan was brilliant as well. She was played by an actor called Frances Mailey McCann. She was absolutely brilliant as well. Just brilliant. And then Corbin Blue of High School Musical fame was Nick Carraway, and my goodness, the man can sing and move. And I think that was the thing, like, I only knew him from the High School Musical films, so although I knew he could sing, I didn't know he could sing, if you know what I mean. Amber Davis, excellent. She was Jordan Baker, absolutely incredible as well. Joel Montague as George Wilson, John Owens Jones, Rachel Tucker, like literally it was just stellar. And as I say, literally everyone was like, the applause in that room during that day was phenomenal. So yeah, and how the cast kind of celebrated at the end, like the safety curtain dropped and they were all trying to wave under it and stuff, and all the techies and the behind the scenes costume people and stuff all came on stage as well. So it was such an incredible atmosphere. I definitely recommend going to a last performance again. It was so good. I had the best time. And then Mum and I just went to Wagamama's on the South Bank for dinner on the way back. But I am... it's been... You've watched this. It's been an amazing week, an incredible week, but a ridiculously busy week, and I have not been listening to my body, and my little body is defeated. So I'm going to try my best to rest up this week, and just have a quiet week of recovery, because trying to catch up on being away from 2 weeks, and like, I mean, ticking off massive things on my 30 for 30 list, like professional radio interview, dancing on stage at the Regent's Park Open Air Theatre. Like, when did I ever think that would happen in my life? And then going to a premiere, like, mind-blowing week. Thank you for sticking around, and thank you for supporting me through it. But I will take my own advice now and rest. But thank you so much for watching. If you haven't already, I'd love it if you hit subscribe. And if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. And I will see you very, very soon for another video.